Let's talk duologies and whether or not the second book exceeded the first one, lived up to it, or fell short. Unfortunately, I think that The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King fell very short of The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I didn't think that book 2 was necessarily bad. I just think that because the first book was so good and it left off giving so much potential for an even better sequel, that the sequel didn't deliver. It feels impossible to choose between books 1 and 2 in the cat and mouse duet. I think that book 1 is more iconic, but things get so much darker and deeper in book 2. I honestly can't choose between them. Both books are perfect and they both stand out on their own. This is one of those duologies where I was really questioning why a second book was even written. I don't think that very much happens in Crooked Kingdom, and I think that the things that do happen could have just been incorporated into the ending of Six of Crows. I definitely feel that Reverse is the better book in the Bitter Symphony duet, but I recognize that this story is able to take off in the way that it does because of the foundation laid in book 1. Both books are good, but the story is taken to an even higher level in book 2. I personally liked the first book in the Shepherd's King duology better than the second, but I do think that the sequel lived up to the first book, mainly because you get additional POVs in this one, which keeps it interesting and opens up the story a bit more. I do think that book 2 exceeds book 1 in the Torment duet in a similar fashion to the way that it does in the Bitter Symphony duet. Book 2 is more impactful, but you wouldn't have the impact in the second book without the backstory in the first one. And lastly, I think that book 2 in the Crimson Moth duology is able to live up to book 1. The plot and the romance are very evenly divided between books 1 and book 2. And I feel like that's what's often not well executed in duologies. I feel like a lot of times you get a lot of plot in the first book and then the second book just feels like tying up loose ends.